Okay, Remus here. Episode 2 of my business diary or journal. So, what I want to talk about today would be stress and anxiety as a whole. So, when I was in university a couple months ago, well, I just dropped it like recently, but when I was in university and operating my business and trying to keep a social life and trying to keep fit and just trying to keep up with everything, it was extremely difficult to just maintain all of that. And now, because pretty much how it worked was whenever I was trying to do anything for business, at the same time I was stressing about my studies. And if I ever studied, then I'd be like, oh my god, I should be doing this sales thing, I should be responding to this client, and I should be doing this for, so every single time I'm thinking about everything else rather than the task at hand. And that pretty much just made me waste so much time because that I just sort of procrastinate, watch some YouTube. So inaction became the choice simply because, all right, cool, at least not making a decision means I'm not losing out on anything. That's what I felt here, but in reality I wasn't doing either thing well, and that's probably the worst thing that I could have done. But I don't know how else to deal with it. Like, of course, being more consistent, more disciplined would have helped it, but I just wasn't. I'm not. So I dropped university. Now I'm fully focusing on my business, and it's actually really weird. I wake up, I drive, I just did a site visit today, which I closed a client, which is really nice, and I just did an installation. And from there, that was obviously I did it, had this work to be done, but I got into the car and I thought, wait, that's done. My ads are running, my website's up. I have nothing else to stress about. And it feels amazing. Like, I genuinely, I don't know. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. Once I've done the work for the business, I'm good now. I don't actually have to stress. And that's totally new to me. And I think that is also a huge unlock because with no stress, in that sense of unnecessary stress, I'm able to actually fully focus on what's important, which are for me revenue generating tasks and things that I care about, which would be, for example, making some videos for my Instagram, storytelling, trying to get better at that. That's meaningful to me. But of course, I need to make money too and make the business work. That's also a huge goal of mine. So, my entire waking moment, I can focus on those two things, which is so nice to think about. So, and I think that having focus in whatever you do is probably the most important thing. The same way athletes like Kobe Bryant, all of them did really well and became really good at what they do only because they spent every day just hammering at that one skill or one project they wanted to finish. And of course, scaling that down to what I'm doing for my business, I should definitely just be not going to the gym, not eating good. Well, eating good is fine. Not going to the gym as much, not doing much socializing, which I don't do anyways, but I shouldn't be working on any other thing than just my business. But I've also realized, like, as good as making the business work, as ideal as that would be, that would mean I have zero hobbies in my life because I really like business. But if I just fully do that, I don't think I can live with myself, and my life would actually get a little bit boring. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having one main goal that's taking up 80% of my time, and then 20% of the time I'm working on something else that's also productive and potentially future monetizable. And that's okay. Obviously, not everything's about money, but that is a pretty good metric of success, and also a enabler for sustaining my lifestyle, and also what I want to do more of in the future. So, if you're watching this, think about the one thing that actually matters in your life that can pretty much, if that thing does well, it solves everything in your life. Financially, meaningfully wise, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If it can bump you up to the next stage, maybe that's the only thing that matters because that can bring you up to the next stage. So we need to minimize more than we need to take out things in life in order to get the most out of it, because there simply isn't enough hours in a day and enough energy in us to do so many things and do them all well at the same time. Some can, but most can't. I definitely can't do that. So I need to realize that and just tell myself, you're limited in some ways, live with it, and maximize that instead of trying to maximize everything. So yeah, I'm Remus. Thank you for watching.